Get Skyland's motorcycle warmed up and ready for him. You want to go riding today? Sounds like a good idea. Well, hello there, all my beautiful friends out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to the Homestead. Swinging out here to check on the chickens today. They are enjoying this palm here.
They got bigger and they look like we're not like chicks anymore.
Yeah,
Looks like we're teenagers.
they're definitely getting bigger.
Look,
I still have the fence down because I don't think they're big enough to not squeeze through the fence. You guys, kids have been doing a great job with the chores.
that one's my favorite.
Keeping them fed, keeping the water full. We are completely mobile now. Need to get that last bit of hay out of the coop. Doesn't need to have hay in it anymore. All right, buddy. You can see where I mowed the other day. Cut down all the grass and the vines. Everything's turning brown and dying off. And you can see where we haven't mowed. Grass is tall. The brush is lush and green. So today I'm going to spend the time that I have working on continuing to really just manicure this area right here. I've got to finish getting all this cleaned up. Still have logs and trees that I fell.
There's bugs behind you.
I know, I'm being swarmed with gnats right now. This is crazy. Some of these tomatoes plants have really blown up. This one is leaning over. I got to get some support on those.
Why do they look like? Why
Hmm?
do they look like they're like dead?
Because when it's in the middle of the, they do that every day in the middle of the day when the sun's really hot. They get all wilty like that. And then when the sun goes down and things cool off, they kind of spring back out. But we've got some good squash growing. There's one. There's another one.
Is that a squash?
Yep, those are squash.
Those are
We got a couple growing on that vine.
But you better get out my face.
And my sweet potato vines are getting longer. I don't know. They haven't begun to shoot down any vertical vines down into the ground yet. So I can't say that there's any sweet potatoes growing yet. We just started getting into our rainy season. We've had a couple of days of really good rain. Of course, we've had plenty of days of good heat. Things are moving along in the right direction. Guys, that's what's most important. That's what it's all about, is that you take a little bit of time every day. You stay committed, you stay focused, you do what you can every single day, and you slowly start making progress towards those goals that you want to achieve. For us, it's really just focusing on this main area right here, this roughly acre area, getting more fruit trees in the ground, getting chickens rotating around this area, increasing the size of this garden. That's something else we're going to be working on a little bit at a time, is chopping and tilling and derooting and preparing more land, more ground right here for a bigger garden. Yes, my love.
Skyline says there's something wrong with
Well, let's go check on the motorcycle. So while my main focus this year, the rest of this growing season, is really to get this area developed really good, much more functional, producing a lot more food from this area. At the same time, I can't just forget the progress that we've made back here on the rest of the land. We still have done a lot of initial clearing back here. But we've got to keep this maintained as well. Now, we don't need to mow it all the time, but I need to get back here every couple of months during the summer here, at least maybe once a month, and get all this stuff knocked back down, or this brush and these vines, they will take back over. It was literally like a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago, that I mowed all this down. See how thick and robust these vines are starting to come back. If I don't keep this mowed down, this entire area is just going to be just unmanageable again really soon. But at the same time, we already have a lot of grasses that are starting to regrow. And that is what we want to reclaim all these areas, is the grasses. We want all this to be beautiful silvo pasture lands. So you can see we have a long ways to go.
I got a purpose, ready to fight all of my might, it's gonna be worth it. One thing I know is I got a purpose, ready to fight all of my might, it's gonna be worth it. I know it's gonna be worth it, you see me put in work. Can't sit back and be another victim even when it hurts. I've been there, I've been low, sometimes wildin'. Now I'm free, Gyra lead, won't be silent. I feel like I need to get out of here. So search who I am out of nature. Don't lose who you are for the haters. It's a little bit of truth in every line. He will lead us down the road to the still waters. Let him restore your soul till it overflows. One thing I know is I got a purpose, ready to fight all of my might, it's gonna be worth it. One thing I know is I got a purpose, ready to fight all of my might, it's gonna be worth it. One thing I know is I got a purpose, ready to fight all of my might, it's gonna be worth it. One thing I know is I got a purpose, ready to fight all of my might, it's gonna be worth it. I done did it all, I ain't never done half. Working like I'm broke, yeah, I'm pushing like that. I thought I told you we ain't never quit on. If I ain't here, then you can find me fishing. I'm praying that I heal from my broken past, praying that I stay on the narrow path. I thought I told you that we on a mission, and it's the nature's way. He will lead us down the road to the still waters. Let him restore your soul till it overflows. One thing I know is I got a purpose, ready to fight all of my might, it's gonna be worth it. One thing I know is I got a purpose, ready to fight.
All right, you guys, we're gonna call it there for the day. It's about an hour and a half worth of mowing. I'm satisfied with that chunk of land. If we do that size of land, if we can do that large of a piece of a chunk of land, whatever you want to call it, I'm guessing it's 60 feet that way, kind of an L shape up there, 60 by 50 ish. Oh, we did some over there. Say all together, a good 70 by 70 ish kind of a patch. I don't know how much of an acre that is. I think an acre is 200 by 200. That's a little less than an acre. I don't know, is it a quarter acre? Maybe a quarter, a third of an acre? That we get a little more cleaned up, mowed down, chopped down, under control, and ready for, you know, future improvements, like more fruit trees here and there, and or just allowing the grass an opportunity, the good grasses, to grow in, turn it into pasture. We're still a long ways out from getting sheep, but that is the goal. Maybe some goats, I don't know. Goats scare me. From what I hear, they're, you know, escape artists. They like to get out and go places they're not supposed to go. All right, so one of the things that's been bugging the stew out of me is watching these beehives, or the bee boxes, I guess they're not hives until bees move in, sit here and rot. I bought these almost 2 years ago now, and because I just wanted to set them out just in case there was a swarm on the property and they wanted a place to move in. You know, I was like, hey, here's the empty house. Well, beehives that sit empty they rot. They turn into houses for other critters, less desirable critters like roaches and earwigs and spiders and things like that. I want to try to set something back up, get it off the ground. I actually bought a pheromone spray that you spray in there, and it's supposed to attract bees. And I do see a lot of bees these days in the mornings in my garden when the flowers are open. There's bees crawling around. But I don't know if I have a base that's still in good enough shape. Well, this is the best one. I don't know if bees will move in if they're this dirty or this in bad a shape. But what do you say we give it a shot? If there's any beekeepers out there, professionals, people who know what they're doing, I would love some advice. Please leave me a comment. Please tell me if I'm wasting my time. Yeah, that's weeble wobble wobble, but they won't fall down. Man, it sure would be awesome if some little bee babies moved in here, started making honey. Honey on the homestead. I know. That's a base box. I gotta get. This isn't even supposed to go here. Oh. Put this guy down. I'm gonna get this all set up. I'll go get that spray. And we'll just hose her down, The bees are gonna be like, oh my gosh, there's 30,000 queens in there. Regulars. There they are. This is a mess. And these suckers are so fragile. I don't know. Which means everything's... Well, the good news is that one side of all of these is pretty clean. The side that was facing down. So, I'm probably wasting my time. But the other part of my philosophy is that if there's a swarm of bees that wants to move in to this ghetto, they're going to be a pretty tough crew. I mean, they're going to be some bad bees. They're going to be flying around the forest and the garden being like, move over, sucker. This is my flower. And they're going to get theirs. You know what I'm saying? They're going to get their pollen. They're going to get their nectar, okay? And they're going to be a rough and tumble set of bees. And when they show up, good things are going to happen. They're going to be able to make it in a ghetto hive like mine. It's all, broke down and falling apart. So this one is the one with all the broken parts in it, and it's in a worse shape. I'm going to go put this under the shed out of the rain and weather, and if I need pieces and parts from this to fix anything in this, then I've got backup. But until we get one hive going, there's no reason in putting out two. That's it. I got to get going. I'm running behind. Love you guys. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much to all of our family and community out there. Please leave us a comment, drop a little line, just say hello, throw in your 2 cents, or like I said, just say hello. Helps us out with the algorithm, it'll help us to grow as a channel, and it's just nice to know who all's out there watching. Love you guys. Pray blessings upon you and your family, and we'll see you again real soon. Love you. Bye-bye.